So you join me on the banks of my Lincolnshire syndicate. We're about 12 hours into a 48-hour session. I arrived yesterday evening, found a few fish, had a quick lead about, found a spot at 26 wraps where I placed 2 baits on that, spawned a good 5 or 6 kilo of boilies out over the top, and the third rod I'm just using as a roaming rod. I've tied a PVA bag up. It just means that I can quickly chuck to showing fish, and it might get me that extra bite a little bit quicker. So the wind's got up today, definitely got fish in front of us. It still looks good for a bite. Seen a couple this morning, fingers crossed we'll get a few bites. I'm briefly just going to talk a little bit about the venue now. It's a 30-acre gravel pit in Lincoln. It's got a real good head of fish in here, and it's slightly different to what I've been used to over the past few years in my angling. I'm used to chasing target fish. Once I've caught them, I move on to a different venue. Well, this venue is different. It isn't one of them venues where you're going to come in, week out and catch fish. You're fishing at range, so you can't basically put a tag on that fish that you want. It'll come when it comes, but you can get red letter days. Going back to May, where I came for a 36-hour session and had 4 20s, 3 30s and a 44-pounder, which is the lake's biggest fish. A natural progression, I'd just normally change venues, find another fish. After having the lake's biggest fish, that's what I normally do. But there's that many fish in here, which I'd love to have in my photo album. I'm really enjoying the fishing on here as well. So I'm going to continue to fish on here and hopefully fill up my albums. This is the rig I've been using this year. You probably already know, it's the Ronnie rig. I'm fishing in conjunction with one of the new Scopex Squid cultured hookbait pop-ups. Here's how I tie it. Take 12 inches of 35-pound combi link, and then take a uni quick change swivel. Basically connect that with a Palomar knot. I open up the uni ring swivel. This allows me to slide the hook on a little bit easier. I then take 5 to 6 mil of shrink tubing, slide that down a size 4 Fang X hook, and then attach this to the uni ring swivel. And I slide the shrink tubing over the barrel of the swivel. I then take a micro rig swivel, slide that over the point of the hook, down the shank of the hook, and then take a small hook bead. I slide that the opposite direction to what you would normally place one on, with the tapered end first. The reason for the way I slide the hook bead on that way, it makes the angle a lot better. So when the pop-up sits down on the bottom, it gives me a little bit of angle, it makes it more aggressive, and it also buffs up a little bit neater as well. I then take 12 inches of the wax bait floss, snip that, and I push that through the micro rig swivel. I then take a new Scopex Squid cultured hook bait, which is the new pop-up version. I remove a slight bit of the cultured skin. This then allows me to basically, when I've pierced the hook bait, slide the hook bait down the bait floss and be able to push in the swivel a little bit deeper, making it a little bit more neater in the rig. I then place in a hair stop in there, tightening it well down, and that then it pushes the hair stop into the cultured skin. I then snip the excess bait floss, blob it with a lighter. I then add quite a little bit of putty. I overweight it just to make sure when that skin breaks down that the cultured hook bait is sat up perfect and still on the bottom. I then take an anti-tangle sleeve, slide that down the hook length, an over-arm loop knot just to finish the rig off. Obviously pull that tight, trib the tag end, and to finish the rig off I then steam down the shrink tubing, obviously tidying the rig up, and the rig's there finished. just approaching evening now. I'm going to top up the swim with a few more spawns of bait. I've been using a mixture of 15mm key cray and 15mm scopex squid. I'll get a few more out and we'll see how the night goes. Coming to the end of our 48-hour session now. Sadly, nothing's occurred. Sometimes it gets like this. You've got to go through the blanks and then it can just come out of the blue. We've got a steady take on the middle rod, which has been out there for 36 hours. And we're attached to a Lincolnshire Carp. The last 48 hours has been really tough going. A few hours left. I managed to put this lovely 28-pound mirror onto the bank. It's made a very tough session into a really enjoyable one. So I'm going to slip this one back, get the gear sorted, and probably head off home.